The sports show Labor Day weekend. Mike Max, Patrick Royce, Lavelle E. Neal, and the one and only Sid Hartman. Sid, a lot to talk about sports-wise. Let's go back to, let's start with Thursday night. Gophers and TCU, your impressions.
Well, there's no doubt they really miss Williams, the tight end, and Cobb, the running back. They had no replacements for those two guys.
But in fairness, every college is going to lose guys every year. That's not, you know.
Defensively, they played decent, but they got a bad break last week when their best offensive lineman, Champion, got hurt. And then during the game, their second best offensive lineman, Lauer, got hurt. But I don't know what they got. The stats were.
Well, I think. Go ahead.
The stats were so one-sided, it was unbelievable. But at the end, they need a miracle and they can win the game. So.
Yeah, I don't think they'll have trouble playing with people. It's just that you were kind of thought maybe they'd do something more.
Yeah, they're pretty good defensively. The secondary, Eric Murray had a tough assignment with that kid and got a couple of pass interference penalties, but he's a terrific player. And the secondary's good, and Devondre Campbell was a monster last night. Yep. And you know, they're good defensively, but they're doing some strange things offensively, including trying to run a hurry up with Mitch Leidner. That's not going to work.
Yeah, I think they tried to take TCU off guard.
And you know, Mitch needs to improve his accuracy. I don't know how much better he can get. All we heard out of the camp was that he had improved. And Jerry Kill said if you give him time, he could complete passes. But even on the touchdown pass to May, the ball was like wobbling. You know, it was just a wounded duck. He's got to get the ball down the field better than that if they're going to have a chance this year.
Well, despite the stats, if that Smith don't fumble,
Williams fumbled.
Don't fumble.
Going into the end zone.
In the end zone, and that Leidner don't give him a cheap touchdown, they might have won the game. So.
You can't blame Leidner on that first play.
The turnover was the turnover
from the back.
The Gophers are lucky.
You can't blame him on that one.
The Gophers were fortunate they didn't get blown out either, because Trevon Boykin had two guys wide open. Yeah, he totally missed them downfield. He was nice with the short passes.
The end zone, yeah.
Two guys in the end zone he could have hit for touchdowns, and he missed.
I'm kind of more amazed. I was down there at TCU last year when they played the Gophers. That TCU, that Patterson could take a team there Texas had a lot of players, but there's a lot of people vying for the top players, and that he's better than Texas. He's better than Texas A&M. That amazes me almost more than anything.
I was talking to Chuck Carlton, who covers for the Dallas paper a couple of days ago, and this is to see Baylor and TCU at the top of the old Southwest Conference, Big 12, is like seeing Northwestern and the Gophers dominate the Big Ten.
It is, yeah.
You know, like if they were the kings of the Big Ten.
That's exactly what it is.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
I mean, Texas and Oklahoma are Ohio State and Michigan.
Yeah.
Right? And to see these two schools beating them is, how did it happen? They're the only two private schools in the in the conference. Yeah.
How about that?
What's your take on that?
Well, last year,
Well, Baylor's cheating like crazy. I don't know what TCU's doing.
But TCU had a chance to get in the national championship discussion, but they lost to Baylor after blowing like a 2-touchdown lead last year. It was like 61-58.
They still could have made a case they should have been in. Yeah.
They've made themselves like the star programs in that state. I mean, Texas is playing Notre Dame this weekend. No one cares.
I think the Gophers will be okay overall, though, don't you?
I still think the Gophers will have a chance to beat every team in the league except for Ohio State.
Assuming Ohio State's
the Big Ten, typical Michigan gets beat.
What'd you think of that? Michigan getting beat by Utah.
Utah game.
Their talent is
Utah was favored to win.
Michigan's talent is way down.
Yeah.
They cannot. I said, I watched quite a bit of that game. They couldn't open a crack like this.
Michigan's offensive line.
With their running game, they could not. Nobody got to the line of scrimmage without getting hit running the ball. It was brutal.
You want to talk about missing open receivers? Michigan quarterback missed receivers.
The Iowa kid.
20 yards in the clear, missed them.
Ruddock, yeah, he was terrible.
Well, I wonder what that film session's going to be like. Then you got Jed Fish, the old Gopher offensive coordinator, is running Michigan's.
Are you sure Harbaugh's not? With Jed being his assistant. Sid, though, if I was the Gophers, I would not go out to Colorado State thinking they're going to have an easy time. Colorado State's
That's a good program.
pretty good offensively.
Well, they got a new coach. That's what they're worried about.
Again, they lost their quarterback.
Yeah, he
and
was
they
good.
lost quite a few players. They got a new coach.
Bobo?
I don't think they'll have an easy time, but I think they can win that game.
Yeah.
Oh, they can win the game, but what I'm saying is this is now, like this was the Gophers' big moment.
Colorado State's big
The
moment.
Colorado State's big moment is having the Gophers come to town.
Having a
So
big
you better be ready to play your own, otherwise your own two.
Take a break, come back. You're watching the sports show. Stay with us.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.
Quality. It's the result of shared values. The joy found in an honest day's work. Respect for true American craftsmanship and the need, not the want, to get things right. It's the result of remembering your roots, being forever humbled by how far you've traveled and forever hungry to push on further. Quality is a result. Quality is who we are. Cambria. Family owned, American made.
You're watching CW-23.
Do you need a car but credit problems are holding you back? CarHop can help with as little as $99 down and fast approval. We understand buying a car is a big decision. With a 7-day money-back guarantee and an outstanding warranty, you know you've made the right choice. Fast approval and the peace of mind of a money-back guarantee and a great warranty. Call or visit carhop.com today.
CarHop, cars and credit to go. Cars and credit to go.
I'm sorry to have to tell you this, but your child has been hit by a drunk driver.
Don't drink and drive, because in real life, there is no rewind. Extra DWI enforcement is now on Minnesota roads.
The Twin Cities' best Subaru deals are a walk in the park at Luther White Bear Subaru. Uh-oh. Drive the all-new 2015 Crosstrek 2.0i for only $259 a month, or buy starting at $21,595. The 2016 Forester is just $259 a month, or buy for $22,395. Man's best friend, huh? I'm Dan Moen, and thanks for watching. Luther White Bear Subaru, Highway 61, just north of 694 in White Bear Lake.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines, that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Looking for a nice, big, juicy rack of ribs,
Fabulous chops, huge steaks, and the Buddy Bowl? Then J.D. Hoyt's is the place for you. Hoyt's opened in 1983, and Mike Andrews and his partner John White have kept this Minnesota tradition at the top of the food chain. Managing owner Pat Montague gives us a tour.
At J.D. Hoyt's, enjoy a relaxed atmosphere, great food, friendly service, private dining room, second-to-none happy hour, and great outdoor dining, just blocks from the new ballpark.
Located at 394 in North Washington, locally owned, nationally known, Hoyt's.
Number 22.
J.D. Hoyt, stop on by downtown Minneapolis on your way anywhere in downtown Minneapolis. Chop, steak, seafood on Washington.
I got a tweet from a guy saying, going to Hoyt's, should I get the Buddy Bowl? And I said, of course. And he tweeted me back. It was fantastic.
That's awesome.
Yes, yes.
Hey, before we finish with the Gophers, Mike Ellis got, they say he's on leave. I'm told he ain't coming back. Is he the last one, do you think, to go over there in this whole thing?
Well, he's the only one left that Norwood Pig hired was the current athletic director, all the rest of them are gone.
Yeah, so
Benedict had left, and Ellis.
Benedict had gone to Auburn.
Ellis was just a matter of time.
So what do we show? What do we man? What did Ellis do? Showed photos on a
He
cell
had 5
phone,
complaints. So
one of them was showing photos of to other people of inappropriate photos on a cell phone or something.
Norwood brought some beauties with him, man.
Oh,
And Kaler's going to survive all this.
You asked that rhetorically, and I guess the answer is yes. I would think in his body of work, he better hope that he doesn't have any other things going. You know, I mean, if he fails at the legislature or with the faculty,
Right.
you know, it's kind of a cumulative thing. You know.
Well, Ellis did leave us one last gift, though. Left us one last
What was
gift.
that?
Richie's non-conference schedule. One last gift. There's some good games. Unfortunately, they're in Puerto Rico and Sioux Falls.
He came up with a great idea. He claims that he hired every basketball coach in the country.
Oh, that Villa 7.
Yeah. Which was
Boy, that's been a big hit.
Oh, yeah. Sector 7.
Yeah. But what did you think of the non-conference schedule?
Well, they got to do something about it. But they do have trouble having games. TV, Duke can get the games because of TV.
Can I say something?
You don't have
Who
to
wants
play
to watch them
Duke.
play Crookston?
Let's play Marquette. We don't have to play Duke.
You got Marquette and you got Iowa State. Why can't you work with them?
Iowa State.
Northern Iowa, too, is the top 20 team.
Iowa State won't play.
Maybe, I don't know.
Why don't they ask?
Iowa State.
That's BS. Iowa State will play them.
That director says I play Iowa. I'm not going to play another.
That's one non-conference game. They play Iowa. I'm not talking about football. I'm talking about basketball.
I'm telling you what he said.
If you're a Gopher basketball season ticket holder, you got to endure this before the conference season. That's my problem.
I just think the Gopher basketball is so fragile right now, just in general, in terms of tickets and everything.
Yeah, they got 7 games you can't. South Dakota State's the best team they're playing at home, which is not, I mean, I don't mind playing South Dakota
throw
State.
a regional game
It happens,
in there.
but throw a little nugget in there once in a
You
while.
got Drake and Iowa State, and
Colorado,
Northern Iowa, Marquette
Kansas
State.
You know what I say? A guy can go into the Super America and steal a candy bar and go to jail. But you can put that schedule out and charge people millions of dollars to watch those teams, and nobody puts you in jail. Nobody arrests you.
No ramifications whatsoever.
Unbelievable.
Go ahead.
I know that you have a difficulty getting good teams.
Sure.
Like he said, they should be able to get Marquette. They should be able to get
Ben
teams
Jacobs
like
is
that.
sitting there at Northern Iowa. They've been a top 20 team. That's a drivable game.
Yeah.
I don't know what the problem is.
All right, Vikings played their last preseason game the other night. They lost, big deal. What are we going to see against San Francisco? What's it going to look like when Adrian Peterson joins this team?
Well, I think they'll be pretty good. I think he's done a pretty good job of drafting. They are one of the youngest teams in the league, and the last 2 drafts, he's done a fantastic job. And I had an article in my column today about the number of guys that made the team the last 2 years. And I think once Peterson gets in the lineup, they'll be pretty good.
Patrick?
Pretty easy opener. San Francisco's
Isn't that something to see
San
what's happening
Francisco's
there?
lost half their team.
It's a two-rated program.
It's a nice. It's like starting the season last year at St. Louis with Sean Hill as the quarterback for St. Louis because they had an injury. They should be able to get off to a good start against that collection.
But that's one of the, I mean, we don't think about that. That's one of the all-time stories, really, what's happened in San Francisco.
What, they lost 12, 13 players.
Yep. Retirements, injuries, arrests.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, abuse, this, that, arrested again, blah, blah, blah.
A coach is in over his head. I'm curious to see what Adrian looks like once the regular season begins. And I guess Khalil's had a good training camp, right? Khalil's been okay during preseason. I want to see that continue on to the regular season.
Take a
The
break.
only thing that worries me a little bit is I wonder about John Sullivan.
Yeah, that he hasn't played the back spasms. And
Yeah, that wouldn't be good if you didn't have him on that offensive line.
If you don't have him, that offensive line will be real trouble.
After the quarterback position in the NFL, obviously that's the most important. What do you think is the next most important position that you're good at?
Center.
You really?
Yeah.
More than left tackle?
Well, I'll never forget, I've told this story many times. Paul Brown, when he got the expansion Cincinnati team, there were a lot of good players, and the draft was altogether different then than it is now. They were all at tables, and I was at the draft, and I know Paul Brown pretty good.
Of course you
and
do.
it gets to be he's number 3. Cincinnati takes Bob Johnson, center, Tennessee.
Yeah.
And everybody in the room figured, what the heck is this? He says, I'll have this guy for 15 years, and to me, that's an important position.
Adrian, I'm interested to see him running without a fullback.
Yeah.
He likes to follow that fullback into the hole, and they're not going to have a fullback, I don't think. So.
But Norv likes to design these things with tight ends and whatnot.
Yeah, but
Lavelle?
Yeah, I agree. You know, and I still think they have a good chance of making the postseason. And I like the defense. Xavier Rhodes is a heck of a cornerback, and they're definitely going to beat my Bears at least once this year.
we just hope Adrian's there, not at the birth of a child somewhere.
Take a break. Come back.
Well.
Ever wonder, why do I hear but not understand? Scientists at Cambridge University discovered the answer. Inside your cochlea, there are thousands of tiny hearing hair cells. Poor hearing occurs when regions of these hair cells die. Amplifying a dead region with hearing aids makes you hear worse, not better. The result of this study is a hearing clarity breakthrough. Using standard test equipment, dead regions of your cochlea are identified. Then, a new type of frequency-shaping hearing aid is programmed to bypass the dead regions. Only your usable hearing hair cells receive amplification. Brilliant. A local study is underway. 100 citizens with hearing problems are needed to receive this testing and then wear the tiny device for 10 days, recording your results. Call now to see if you qualify. Volunteers may keep the product at a special discount if they desire. Don't miss this opportunity. Call now.
Thanks for watching CW-23.
Hi, I'm John Hines. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World is the place you should come for car washes, oil changes, tires. As a matter of fact, anything and everything under the hood of your car. You're in great hands at Bobby and Steve's Auto World, where serving people is the most important part of their business.
Schedule an appointment online for your spring car care special. Get an oil change, car wash, tire rotation, and $5 on your World Rewards card for only $39.95. While there, visit our convenience store or enjoy something from our Chevy grill.
The missus thinks.
Welcome back to the Sports Show. Mike Max, Pat Grossi, Lavelle E. Neal, and Sid Hartman. So is this going to be, before we leave the Vikings, is it going to be all about Adrian Peterson, and if he's a step slower than he was before, they're in trouble, and if he is what he used to be, they're fine?
Well, I worry a little bit about him. He hadn't played all last year. And when a guy is out a whole year, you never know. I worry about their defense. I mean, they have one safety in Harrison Smith. They have one great corner, and who's the one?
Xavier
great
Rhodes.
Xavier
Rhodes.
Yeah, but I worry about their defense more than their offense.
The Twins, move down to the Twins there. Patrick, when the end of this story, whatever, however it plays out the rest of the way, it's been more successful than people anticipated, and it's been more successful for reasons that people didn't anticipate, because at the end of the year you're going to say the big money guys didn't deliver and the other guys did.
Miguel Sano is more fun than the State Fair, baby. It is unbelievable what it means to, you know, the other night, 3, 4 to 5 nights ago, they're going to lose. They blew the 4-0 lead. They're going to end up getting beat 5-4, and he hits that home run, and you can see the entire dugout jump up. You just hope that he's able to keep playing here with the hamstring he's got, because I was trying to figure out last time a franchise got a lift in this town like this, probably Randy Moss.
You know, you're the second person that said that. It's Randy Moss impact. The one thing, though, it's funny, I think the Twins are going to have a discussion with Sano about how to talk to the media, because we went up to him and said, so how's your hamstring doing? He said, bad. I just had an MRI.
Not supposed to tell us that.
Oh, he's a good kid, too.
Yeah, he is. He smiles a lot, and as his English gets better, he's got a chance to. What do you think of Buxton?
He's having a rough adjustment trying to catch up to improved quality of pitching, and his adjustment period is definitely going to be a little longer than Sano's. I think he's going to be okay, but he's got to stop taking 2 strikes and battling from 0-2 all the time.
And then when he gets to 2 strikes, he's going to swing at any pitch that's within 500.
Breaking ball in the dirt outside is coming your way.
Maxie, you, as an old ball player, you know that recognizing what a pitch is the key.
Yes.
Sano recognizes them, and Buxton doesn't.
Right now.
It's that simple.
But it's amazing how you can even think the game that you can say, okay, here comes the ball, the break, the slider that they're going to throw in the dirt
and
to
it's
Buxton.
going to be away from me.
Yep, and you know it's coming.
It's tough because if he gets on base, man, and puts that speed into play, it's something else. A scout had him timed when he bunted, the sacrifice bunt in Baltimore, timed it at 3.5 seconds to first base, which is ridiculous speed. He said, I've never seen that fast before. Now, when you're bunting, you get kind of a lead start.
Right, if you drag bunt.
If you're swinging a bat, it's more like four seconds, or under 4, that's really flying. But Buxton's got crazy speed, man.
Joe Mauer this year, how would you categorize his season?
Well, the guy has struck out so many times with people on base. I don't know.
There's going to have to be a hard discussion here at the end of the year as to how they go about.
The opposing managers aren't worried about pitching to him. You don't see him walking him.
They're still careful, though.
Yeah. Are they careful?
Yeah. Like I watched Samardzija, the way he works him. It's like this guy could kill me,
He's having a horrible year, I think.
I actually think he's having a better year than he had last year, but he's, he is what he is. Now, I think the discussion becomes, does Sano become a first baseman, Plouffe play third, and Mauer plays 100 games here and there? Do they have the guts to do that for $23 million?
He is not. I'm not talking about hitting home runs, but he's not squaring up the ball like he used to when he was going good. He's not hitting those hard line drives. Even the singles are like bouncers that get through the infield.
To me, the swing is a lot longer than it used to be.
Yeah, he needs to make some adjustments during the offseason and get in the weight room.
Didn't he do it this time?
Well, we don't know that. We heard he hung out with the stretching guru. He could stretch now.
Would there ever be a conversation, though, I know we visited this, that he catches again?
I doubt it, because Mauer seemed pretty emphatic about the doctors at Mayo telling him that if he gets another concussion, it could be bad. So I think he's going to stay away from behind the plate. And that puts the Twins in the box, because Sano should be at first base.
The other day, Molitor benched him because he hadn't hit
against
a certain pitcher.
Yeah. Right.
I never thought I'd see that day.
Well, you're going to see it more and more. I mean, some guys hit the wall earlier than others. It's
you don't know.
Baseball, you don't know.
Usually it's a pitcher.
Anyone who still complains about them giving a 26-year-old MVP the contract they gave him is an idiot.
Yeah.
They were, at the time.
I thought.
You had no choice.
I tell you what, when they gave that contract, I thought that was the closest thing to the surest thing I'd ever seen in Minnesota.
Yeah. And here's the other thing too is you look at some of the great players in this game. They hit a stretch where they have a couple years where they're just below average or below what their standards are, and then they figure out something and they bounce back. Just not to say that
here's the deal, though. He still has college eligibility, and the Gophers need a quarterback. What do you think?
Chris Winkie.
He could throw the ball.
He would have been the best quarterback on the field yesterday.
Yes, that's for sure.
Take a break, come back, stay with us on The Sports Show.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Case Law. For all your legal needs, not your typical law firm. Griffin Bail Bonds. It's better to know us and not need us than to need us and not know us. Edge Marketing and Promotional Products. From T-shirts to swag, featuring over 100,000 products. We can put your logo on anything. And Vincent's Limousine Service, serving your corporate and private transportation needs since 2005.
If you guys could go on a free shopping spree anywhere, where would you go? I'd go to the grocery store. Pizza, ice cream. I'd go shop for clothes. You know where I go? I'd go to Ticket King. Ticket King! At Ticket King, you can buy great seats for the Vikings, the Wild, the Timberwolves, and of course the Twins. We love the Twins. Yep, this is where I go. Vikings, Twins, Wild, Timberwolves, Gophers, theater, and concerts too. For details, go to TicketKingOnline.com. Any ticket, anytime, anywhere. It's the real thing. It's Ticket King. Right, Dad?
Couldn't have said it any better myself.
That's for sure.
You're watching CW-23.
Main Street is filled with hopes and dreams. The only thing you need is the right partner. The beacon of light that shines that says we are in this together. That is Beacon Bank. Locally owned and community committed. They understand what you need. And they are your personal answer. Your friend in business and in life. Allow the folks at Beacon Bank to be a part of your life because they make dreams come true. Beacon Bank, it's a member of the FDIC and an equal housing lender.
Beacon Bank, responsive, reliable, reassuring, wishing you a happy and healthy Labor Day weekend. Go see them because it's time to start living the American dream. You just need a partner. Beacon Bank is there for you, believe me. Take a break. Welcome back. Tom Brady, we can move now to. Here's my theory. My theory is the NFL just played out exactly the way they wanted. They looked like they were tough on Tom Brady. They knew it would go to court and they'd lose, so they get Tom Brady back.
I don't think they knew they'd lose. I disagree. I think they thought that Goodell's powers would be upheld. So.
By a judge?
Yes.
I'm mad at both parties. I'm mad at Tom Brady because in his first press conference when he was charged with this, he could have said, what's the problem? I've adjusted air throughout my career. 5 of the quarterbacks I know do it in the league. It's an accepted practice in the NFL. What is the big deal? None of this would have exploded the way it has and dominated the offseason and dominated the preseason and dominated the baseball season like it has. And Goodell, abuse of authority, flat and simple.
Well, they got penalized pretty good. They lost draft choices. They lost $1 million. The judge just thought that it was too much of a penalty, and that's why he made the decision.
I think it is too much of a penalty.
Pardon me?
I think that 4 games is too much of a penalty.
Well, it should have. It's, you know, especially when it says in there that it's a $5,500 fine for doctoring football.
Yeah.
I don't know
the
what
penalty was too big to begin with, but he was trying to show that he had oomph.
Well, we'll see how good Brady does this year.
I wouldn't worry too much if he's healthy.
No.
I want to see.
I'm worried about him and Giselle, though. Giselle supposedly has been visiting the divorce attorney.
Yeah, big rumor.
The problem?
Hope he doesn't lose Giselle.
How could people who can't stay happy in this world? My goodness.
What more do they need, huh? Looks, money, fame, fortune.
If you can't wake up, if you're Tom Brady, you can't wake up with a smile on your face, sitting next to Giselle every morning.
I'm going to miss those Belichick press conferences when he was asked about Brady, though. The last. Those have been fantastic.
Is he the most controlling coach in the NFL?
Oh, God, he's fantastic, isn't he? He won't say anything that he doesn't. If I had to cover him, I'd stab myself with a knife.
You like Belichick?
Who?
Bill Belichick.
I like Belichick a lot, yeah.
Do you think he'd ever doctor footballs?
I think he's a great coach. I mean, his record speaks for itself, but players, like Bud Grant always says, players win, coaches
quarterback
coach.
Yeah. And
Belichick got fired at Cleveland, and he had.
By the way, O'Brien's a spitfire on HBO Hard Knocks from Belichick's
I haven't watched any of it.
Show.
I haven't watched any of it, but just think how sharp Belichick could be if he'd worked that season with Les Steckel here when he had a chance to be an assistant
That's
coach.
right. Sid was trying to get him here, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah. Sid, we're finally to that juncture of the show. Sid on Sid, give us a final thought.
I think the Gophers will have a chance to win every game except Ohio State. I think their defense will be good. I think their offense will get straightened out.
That's it?
You're putting pressure on them, man.
Yeah.
You're putting pressure on them. I can see 8-4.
I can see a quarterback change.
Take a break. Excuse me. Thanks for watching. See you back here next week, everybody. You've been watching The Sports Show.
The Sports Show is brought to you in part by Cambria, makers of quality quartz surfaces. Ticket King. For the best price on tickets anywhere, try Ticket King. Soundpoint Audiology. Life is worth hearing. And Bobby and Steve's Auto World. Go to BobbyandSteve'sAutoWorld.com for huge savings on everything from convenience store items to everything under the hood of your car.